All right, hi everybody. So in this PowerPoint, this Zoom, this YouTube, I'm going to show you what you should have in your journal for pages 1, 2, 3, and 4. So this is what you should have on the first page. So there's my name is Castañeda. We're in room 1243. You're in geometry. And the goal for geometry is that you're increasing your problem solving skills, your critical thinking skills, your ability to apply logic and reason, your geometry skills, and then that you're able to provide evidence and a mathematical explanation. So this should be on page 1. So pause this until you have everything copied. This goes on page 1. Okay, so let me show you what goes on page 2. So on page 2, your learning goal goes on page 2. That is what we do at the beginning of the class. It's about first 5 or so minutes. If you're late, then you will not get it. I'm not going to have it posted until everybody walks in, until everybody writes it. So make sure you get here as soon as possible. I grade them every 5 days. And so you get a grade for writing it. That's half your grade, just copying it, coming to class on time, copying it. And then at the end of 5 days, you rate yourself 3, 2, or 1. If you're absent, you're gonna write absent and put a 0. So what you're gonna do is you write what our goal is for the day. It's always on the board. Even if I'm not here, you write it. And what you're gonna do at the end of the 5 days, you're gonna rate yourself to see how you did, if you met the goal. If you think you met the goal, you would put a 3. If you kind of got the lesson, not perfect, a 2. Didn't really understand what we were doing, that'd be a 1. So you're gonna rate yourself after 5 days and then send me a picture of this on Remind. So that's what goes on page 2. Remember, it's only for about 5 minutes of class once class starts, once everybody's in the room that's been waiting outside. But again, if you come here late or you didn't write it, you just sat there and didn't do it, it's not going to be up here and it's not anywhere else. So please make sure you get to class on time and start writing it when you get to class. All right, so this you should have written, but if you don't, pause it. This explains the countdown. That's when I count 3, 2, 1. These are a couple reasons that you would get points deducted. If you have electronics out, so that means if they're visible, like I can see them, not necessarily if you're using them. So you cannot have laptops on your desk. You cannot have phones on your desk, in your hand. They need to be put away in a pocket somewhere else, but they cannot be seen. And then no headphones on your head, your ear, on your neck, anywhere out. They have to be put away. So these electronics have to be put away. And then during the countdown, once I've counted down, and you don't talk so that you're not disrupting other people, and it helps you be able to understand what we're doing that day. And then you don't get up after the countdown. So don't sharpen your pencil, don't go get your journal, don't do any of those things. And please don't even ask, can I go here? Can I do this? The answer is going to be no. And I'm going to say, don't even ask. We're in the countdown. So these things only pertain to the countdown. All right, so pause it if you did not write it, because you'll have to send me a picture on Remind. So next we're going to go to page 4. Here's the participation grade. So it's 1 grade for the 6 weeks, and everyone starts at 115. Everybody starts at 115. The goal is to not get any points deducted. So the 15 extra credit points are for 3 restroom breaks, so that you would still make 100, because you're going to get points deducted if you go to the restroom. 15 are there for you to go to the bathroom, and you'll still make 100. So if you decide, you know what, I want to keep those as extra credit, then go beforehand, go after, but don't use the restroom in that class. Okay, so here are the reasons that I would deduct points. So if you're late without a time pass, if it doesn't say your name on it, doesn't have a time, then you would be late and I would deduct points. If you don't have the supplies that you need, so like if you need a laptop, which you're going to need every day, if you don't have it, then you can't do the assignment, you can't participate. If your laptop's not charged and you don't have your charger with you and you need it because it's not charged, then you would have points deducted. Glue sticks, you need the journal every day. Glue sticks, maybe if someone lets you borrow it, you're fine, no points deducted. Highlighter, same thing. Dry erase marker, you need one the whole class period pretty much. Can't really share that. And then the pencil you need. So if I have to stop what I'm doing to give you any of these things, which I don't even have extras right now anyway, that would be reasons I would deduct points. We talked about this one. If you're talking during the countdown, after the countdown, like once I've counted, this is only during the countdown. If you don't clean up, like you leave a water bottle or a cup or laptop, backpack, and you don't pick it up. So if you leave and you're like, oh yeah, I forgot my stuff, you come back, it's all good. If you're on your mind, maybe you'll see it, take a picture, send it to you. But if you don't ever clean up by the end of the day, that would be points deducted. And if you're off task, you're supposed to be on Canvas and you're not, on Edpuzzle, whatever we're supposed to be doing. I have to ask you more than once. That's like, hello, do your work. 5 minutes later, hello, do your work. And then 7, if I put leave the room, that pretty much means the restroom. You get points deducted from that. So you can go, just not during the countdown. Points are still deducted. That's why you have 15 extra credit points to be able to go 3 times per 6 weeks and still make 100. And then if you're just getting up out of your seat during the countdown, which I talked to you about already, for leaving the room to do any of that stuff. I say that because sometimes people ask to go to the restroom. They just don't always make it to the bathroom. So I say leave the room. Okay. And then if you don't start writing the learning goal, like I'll walk around if you haven't started, then I'll have to deduct points for not having it out. You haven't started, you're not on the right page, that kind of a thing. And if you don't have your journal, lose it, whatever, you have to be writing it somewhere. And then this one I talked to you about, if electronics are still out, that means I can see it, like it's on your desk, it's in your hand, that kind of a thing. Any of these things, like or it's on your head or neck or ear. So please make sure you have this copied. And those would be reasons that you would get points deducted from your 115 participation test grade. And don't forget, you start off with 115 per 6 weeks. So you have a bad week this week, it doesn't start over. It doesn't start over until every 6 weeks. So this one you'll have, excuse me, sorry, until the 24th, September 24th. All right. See you next time.